Hey everyone, and welcome back to Apocalyptic Guitars. Yes, we're making progress here, folks. Yeah, every day is progress. So what I've done is I finished off the inlay there, the planet and moon, or it could be two planets. Doesn't matter right now. But I put the frets in and basically filed the sides down so they're nice and smooth. The tops are a bit sharp still, but that'll come later when I actually dress the files and round off with a file and stuff like that. But that comes later, like towards the end of the build. So we have a few options now of what we can do. Actually, we have a couple options. Actually, we have a few options. We could finish off the neck right now and carve it. And, well, not completely finish it, but we could finish off the process and carve it so we have the round profile that we want. That's one option. And it's probably most likely the option I'm going to go for. Or we could start figuring out the body and carving out the body or routing out the pockets for the pickups or the control cavity. There's so many options to do that, it's really hard to decide where to go next when you're at this point. But I'm thinking most likely we're going to finish off the neck here and just get it down to where we want it, roughly. We don't have to go full yet. So that's probably what we're going to do. But all in all, folks, let's see if I can show you just where we're at. Basically, this is where we're at now. We're all fretted. We basically have a guitar. So, pretty much, I think we're going to finish off the neck here, so we'll get started on that. Alright, folks, so the first thing, I checked to see if the fretboard was straight and the neck was straight. It's totally flat and straight, so that's good. Now we just need to start at the nut here, and I got a rasp here. This rasp has like 4 different sides, so you got a finer rasp, a rougher, and then a straight, fine, straight, rough. So we're going to go with the slightly rounded part here, and we're going to go right at the nut here. And actually, we might do the and there we go. We just want to carve this away. We're basically taking off the edges. Now you could use this type of rasp, or you could use the half round, something like this, which basically does the same thing. Basically does the same thing. So you could use either or. At this point, it really doesn't matter, honestly. And the good thing about these is you got a flat side and a round side, so it's all good. And you sort of want to round it as you go. Now, with this being maple, it's a little harder of a wood, so if you're really, want to get it done, you could always angle grinder with a flap disc on it. And that's actually what we're going to do. The whole file thing was just an example, really. It's not like I was really going to use that. You'd have to be nuts, because I'd be here for hours doing this. Which is fine if, you have the time and you want to do it. But me personally, nah. Safety. Although I will say this right now. If you're going to use an angle grinder, you have to be especially careful. You can't just wing it and rush it and all that shit. You gotta really, really be careful with it. You really do. Where's my mask at? I have no idea. But that's okay. So, we got our angle grinder. Basically, we're just going to take off the edge up to this point here. And we're just going to take off the edge. So basically what I just did was I took the angles out. I took the hard, sharp edges off. And then I went down to about where I think I should leave it, which I think I'm going to go a little deeper on there. And then what you do is you go line by line, and that's how you get a nice curve with it. So we're going to continue on here. So basically now we have the shape that we want. Now we just got to take it down, keep taking it down until we reach about 2 mils away from the fretboard. And then we're going to make it so it kind of, I don't know, arcs up. So it'll give it that nice comfortable shape. So we basically want it where, let's see. I'm gonna see where we're at now. So yeah, we're at 20 mil right now, roughly. Yeah. So we want about 20 mil thickness from the nut side, and then we want about 23 at the heel. And we're about 28 at the heel, so we got to take this down just a little bit more. But yeah, that's basically what you do, folks. And we'll be back when we have more progress. Alright folks, so I think we pretty much got the shape we want now. We pretty much got the the shape that we want. It is nice and comfortable. It's a little thicker at the heel, which we want, than at the nut. So now what we got to do is check to see how flat it is around the edges here. So basically you look at it. Alright, so the middle part is a little bit, yeah, it's got to be cut at the middle part a little more down. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that with a pencil. So starting about right there, it's making a round up there, and then it's ending right there. So we just got to take out that. So about actually right there is where it starts. So we just want to take out a little bit of the middle right there. But this is the shape we want, so it's a good thing. So let's just take that out. Alright, so basically what we did was we took it down so it's nice. Now it's nice and flat. Well, not really flat, because obviously you have to, once we fine sand it, it'll be a lot better, because it's, when you're using an angle grinder, it creates bumps, you know, because you're basically that's not gonna work. That's too long. Actually, this file is pretty damn straight, so yeah. Wow, that's actually pretty good. I don't see any light underneath, so that lets us know that this is actually now flat to where we want to be. So, and of course, this is just the start of this process. There's hours of sanding now that goes with this process. Hours and hours of sanding. Now, as you see, I got right up to about 2 or 3 mil from the fretboard. And we're going to take that out with final sanding. So, I did that on each side. But that there is comfortable. See, that there is comfortable. I like that. It's I would say it's about equivalent to an Ibanez neck. It's about equivalent to an Ibanez neck. So pretty much. But yeah, basically that's all there is to it, and you know, until we go in with a random orbital and smooth it out with a sander, with a random orbital sander. But sorry if I'm blowing, there's dust all over the camera, but yeah, as you could see, it's going to be all access all the way up, and then I'm going to carve a little divot in the back of the neck heel right here, or with the body, so it'll be nice and comfortable when you're playing, when you're getting up high. And of course I'm going to make, like, you know, carve outs right up here so it's more comfortable. Basically I'm going to thickness this about, it's going to be, I'm cutting off with the grinder about, I want to say 5 mil on each side. So it's going to be about, you know, it's going to be a good thickness. It's not going to be this fucking thick. But that's the joy of carving a body with this. That's the joy of one of these. But yeah, that looks pretty nice. It really does. So that's basically how you carve a neck. So I hope this was interesting to you. It wasn't really helpful because I really didn't teach you how to do it, but I did it. So now the fun part is to sand the friggin' thing, which takes hours because you really got to make it perfect, straight, level, and look good, basically. So this is the part that takes a long time, and this is the part I'm not gonna film because you're not gonna want to watch freaking 2 or 2.5 hours, 3 hours of me just sanding a neck. That's boring. Even if I time lapsed it, it's fucking boring. So we'll be back when that's all done, and then we can actually start on the body finally. So that's it for me, folks. This is Nate, Apocalyptic Guitars, and progress. Yes, we'll see you on the next one.